We're the leftovers, Kendra.
Who's the leftovers?
We're the leftovers, and I saw it. I read an
Who's
article,
the
and
we? Who's the we?
they said that anybody above the age of 30 are leftovers.
Honey, I'm not leftover or nothing. I'm a specialty.
Kendra,
So let me tell you something. I'm trying to be kind.
This concept of I could do better, bitch, at least 85% of men who approached women were really out of the woman's league. For the only thing that kept a woman in a league was because she looked a little cute and she might suck a dick. That was it. At least 85% of men.
So they say black
who've approached 100% of women were out of the woman's league for real, like on some real shit, not just looking cute for that 5 minutes, but on some real, like on character levels, intellect levels. The man's out of her league.
Don't fuck with me, fellas! This ain't my first time at the rodeo.
A lot of these men are sticking their eggplants down the throat of Billy's mouth.
You tell someone you're seeing, I'm riding around and I got a drop top for the summer, a truck for the winter, the work truck out front, and folks is looking at the outside like, why is she single? Why does she have? There's nothing wrong with being single. I'm single, sexy, happy, living and enjoying life. And when the right one comes along, by the grace of God, I'll know it, and we'll move ahead from there.
Okay.
Did you know that 25% of women in the United States are getting treated for a mental illness? That means 75% of them are running around untreated.
Misogynist. As he said, misogyny is still real in our community.
I would say, number one, I know it's a shock to everyone, but sexism remains real and a very pertinent issue. But
most people just don't want to deal with them because on average, they just are not good, genuine people to be around. They're good to look at. They're good to work in brothels. They're good to, try to take over a bar. They're good when they're handing you food as they're a waitress or they're on a call center call or something like that. But anything other than that, we really don't want 85% of y'all around. Just leave. It's sad to say, but it's the reality on it.
Women will continue to only hook up with the top 10% of men because there is literally no reason for them to mess with anybody else.
The most handsome man I had ever seen in my life, and I decided that he needed to be mine.
So he drops her off and tells her it's not him, it's her.
I can feel him running through my veins. He's still in me.
He was gorgeous. He was 6'3".
Oh,
He's
gosh.
been an engineer at Apple for 11 years and 39. He was way out of my league. And he did not ask for my number at the end of it.
Will I ever stop crying over emotionally unavailable men? No. But will I at least stop trying to date them? Also, no.
How come every time you have sex with someone, they leave?
Whatever you want. I'll cook for you, wait on you, make love to you. I can make you happy, Josh. I can make you so happy. No.
Okay, because I'm the type of woman, I have money. I got my own money. I get my own bag. I don't got to deal with nobody's shit. So if you're treating me how I don't want to be treated, if you doing shit you ain't got no business doing in a relationship, we're done. And I don't got to stick around. A lot of women settle. I don't. I know my worth. And a lot of people don't like that. They don't want you to know your worth and what you deserve. I do.
If you keep saying, oh, she's too masculine, what it means is you too feminine. If I got more bars than you, that's really a diss to you, not a diss to me.
You don't offer nothing here of other than an orgasm. That's about all you offer me is an orgasm. That's it. By the time a woman usually is now active in these social media worlds, and it's like with a direct intent, like she's focused, she is horrifically fucked up. Horrifically fucked up. Women who are succeeding as women very rarely are genuinely entertained, by doing shit like this. They usually try to run from the camera. Every friend and family member I know who's married with their man and they got kids and all that shit, everyone, every single one, the woman does not do social media. Because those women, they can't keep up with that because they're so busy keeping up with reality and actually being a decent woman to their man. You see what I'm saying?
What up? What up? What up? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. If you want to guarantee I'll stay on 2 hours, looking to be $10 live stream, go Cash App, PayPal, pinned to the top of the chat, as well as in the description. Or you could do super chat, super sticker. That's the dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. I have something I specifically want to go over. Everybody hit the like button, but I'm gonna let some people get in here. I'm gonna let a couple people get in here before we go over this. This is what we're about to go over. But while we let some people get in here, let's go over this.
Friendly to are not very friendly to women. Yeah, ran through was really the term that stuck with me.
Women can't be trusted. Women only want to date men who are, tall, rich, and handsome. And if you're not one of
6'4",
those,
blue eyes, and works in finance.
yes, actually,
I've also heard of this as like 666. He needs to be 6 feet tall, make 6 figures, and have a six pack. Which like I think is something that men believe women want.
This is pure gold. Hold the line. Hold the freaking line. Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily, where we call out effeminist foolishness, expose women's hypocrisy, dismantle double standards, and stand up for men. We're living in some interesting times, gentlemen.
Let me touch on this real quick. Like, okay, obviously, all women can't have the top 10% of men, right? Technically, only 10% of women can get married to the top 10% of men, right? So what's going to happen to the other 90% of women? It's going to start to get cold. Or let's just say the other 80% of women. Well, let me be more precise and concise. 50% of women are married. So let's take them off the table. Let's talk about the 50% of women who aren't married. Okay? By the age of, let's just say 25. So you have 50% of women fighting for 10% of men. And let's say all of those 10% men want to get married and settle down one day. That leaves 90% of the single female dating market SOL. And men are walking away. They're continuing to walk away. Women are starting to they're starting to feel the pressure. They're starting to feel the heat. They really are. And eventually, I think women are going to snap out of the bush. Maybe not this generation, but I think maybe the next generation. By the time kids who were born during Cove get old enough to date, it's going to be a completely different world out there. Women are getting back in their place one way or another. Whether it's android sex bots or just, most men walking away and not wanting to date no more, something is going to put women back in their place one way or another. But let's continue.
Living through the consequences of decades of cultural experiments, and the bill is finally coming due.
We're in a sex recession. Americans are having less sex than ever before, especially Gen Z. The number of young people who say they haven't had sex in the past year has roughly doubled since 2010. And that data has caused a lot of worry.
The record level decline last year is leading to fears there may not be enough children to sustain the next generation.
But when asked what was more important to them than regular sex, many Gen Zers replied,
Gen Z would rather have a good night's sleep than sex.
I've been celibate for 2 years. I've never felt this much peace.
It really opens up like a new level of thinking in your mind.
Means no dating, no romance, nothing for a full year. And I was thinking today, I did sort of have the realization, I was like, oh, I don't know. This actually might be a lifetime thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Look, nobody believes you. Wow. Hoop earrings and nose ring chronicles. It's so funny to me that these women really try to convince people, oh yeah, I'm 28, 30, 32. I'm cool spending the rest of my life single. I want to be single from 32 to 82. No problem. Yep, 5 decades single. As I get older and people in my family start to pass and life get harder, yeah, I just want to be completely alone. You're not fooling anybody. This is silly.
Be a lifetime thing.
But is there happiness outside of happily ever after?
This is where the conversation we've had in this space for many years has become inevitable. And what's fascinating is that these researchers are now documenting consequences that many men in this space were talking about years ago. And guess what? They won't be called women haters for doing so. Let's get into it.
Phones, Carter, you were talking about Roe v. Wade. I also assume or wonder if Me Too had an impact on young people and how they were thinking about sex. Is that something that's come up in your reporting?
That's something that definitely came up in my reporting and with young people that I've talked to, millennials and Gen Z. I think one of the things that Carter was pointing out very correctly is that the entire social environment shapes how people move about, how they interact with each other, and maybe eventually how they have sex. So first of all, we have to know that Gen Z has come of age in a very anxious time, right? There was COVID and the pandemic. Everybody was stuck at home. Our political climate is frankly insane. And then Me Too happened in 2018, that kind of a formative age for many people in terms of thinking about sex and dating and how to relate to other people. I think for young women, Me Too served as a moment in which they could say, you know, the current sexual climate, our current sexual landscape, maybe actually doesn't feel that great for me. And I feel like I'm allowed to say that publicly. There's like less pressure on me to assent to things, which is, I think, a really good thing. I think for young men, however, they became really frightened, actually. There's one guy I remember interviewing who said that, you know, after Me Too, asking out a colleague in the workplace or hitting on a girl in public was like handing them a loaded shotgun. It was really dangerous and could have consequences for him. And I was kind of like, that seems extreme.
Hold up. Look at that face. Yes. Women have no idea what the male experience was because this witch hunt eclipsed the male perspective. Shout out to the...
Let's be very clear about this. That the Me Too movement didn't scare men with big nuts. It didn't. And women want to weed out the dudes who don't have big cojones, or however you say it. So women, okay, it eliminated their little ego boost from guys that they don't like hitting on them. But if a chick is halfway decent looking, she's not really worried. Because the Chads and Tyrones are still hitting on her, but that's not really a win after a certain age. At 28, at 27, 28, when she actually looking for something serious, just getting hit on by bars by Chads and Tyrones, that's not really, she's kind of past that phase at this point. She's looking for something serious.
Funny.
But, okay, the reason why I wanted to say that is, a lot of women see that as a good thing. Good way to weed out the beta punks. Because, yeah, like I said, Chads and Tyrones never stopped hitting on women. From 2018, 2019, Me Too, top tier men, upper tier men. Because let's be honest, the top 1 to 5% don't even have to hit on women. Women will hit on him. But that other top 15%, they never stop hitting on women.
Content creators in this space at the time for heavily reporting on this from a male perspective because the manosphere was the only place where men would get a fair shake. And this was a time when Sandman was one of the most watched channels in this space. The manosphere was not mainstream yet, but men going their own way were making a lot of noise.
But I think a lot of actually conscientious young men noted that, you know, Me Too had happened. Women had been made uncomfortable in a number of circumstances that they, you know, hadn't known about, and dialed back their own behavior, their own willingness to
Okay, so basically what I'm saying is the guys who okay, how do I put this? The guys who Me Too was actually about, those guys didn't stop doing anything. The bottom 80%ers got scared off, and it really didn't. I mean, okay, for the top 20%ers, they didn't stop getting poontang or stop hitting on women. They just maybe went about it in a different way.
Back their own behavior, their own willingness to ask people out, to try and pursue sex on a date, to even try and pursue dating in some situations. And obviously, if you're not talking to potential sex partners, it is far less likely that you will have sex with them.
This is the issue.
All right, let's move on to what I wanted to do first. That seems kind of boring. All right, let's just move on from that and get straight into this. Shout out to the people watching on Rumble. Let's get to business.
The perfect session to have you in, because yesterday I think I saw like 5 different guys walk up and shoot their shot, and you were out there just get that shot. You were swatting the shit out of these shots yesterday. Like,
we gotta take it slow, folks. She's not bad looking. I mean, she's not a 10 out of 10 or anything, but she's cute enough. I want y'all to check something out real quick.
get that shot. You were swatting the shit out of these shots yesterday. Like, just
I don't know if you can notice, but if you look under her, what would be her left arm and what we see as the arm on the right, she has a tattoo there. That little mark right there, you can't really see it good, but it's a big tattoo under there. Just wanted to let you know. Keep that in context. So a bunch of guys, he was out and about, and he saw a bunch of dudes hitting on this woman here, and she was just swatting down the shots, rejected men, doing what she usually do, what she's been doing since 15, rejecting 80% of men who try to holler at her. No problem. Yeah, as if she's some type of prize, but we'll get into it.
this is a perfect session to have you in, because yesterday I think I saw like 5 different guys walk up and shoot their shot, and you were out there just get that shot. You were swatting the shit out of these shots yesterday. Like, just tell me a little bit about that.
I don't know. It's just really awkward when like you're just like walking and like they just keep tracking you down. It's like they're literally following you.
Yeah.
I would say she's about 28, 30. I don't get young vibes. I don't get under 25 vibes. I get 28 to 32. Okay? That's going to play a part in all this. But y'all let me know how old you think she looks. I'm getting over 25 for sure. Closer to 30. I'm just going to go with 28. Y'all tell me if I'm off base.
Walking and like they just keep tracking you down. It's like they're literally following you.
Yeah. Well, there was one guy who actually was following you, the guy with the hat, and he was a little overly persistent. Yeah. And in LA, a woman, when she shuts you down, you know you've been shut the down. You're like, okay, I'm out of the game. Now, why didn't you shut him down clean?
I don't like being mean.
You don't like being mean. This is very common, Saint. They don't like being mean. Now, I feel like you're not from LA. Like, I feel like chicks in LA, Miami, New York, they're ruthless. But you're from a different culture. Tell us a little bit about that.
I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. So a little Midwest.
You can see the tattoo a little better now. I mean, I could be wrong. It looks like a flower. It's something stupid. It's not something meaningful. unless it's some type of birthmark or something. But I think it's a tattoo. I'm 90% sure it's a tattoo. And we're gonna break this shit down to the gristle, my people. We're really gonna break this shit down. Because the context of this conversation so far is you're this goddess, you're this highly valuable holy grail that men are always trying to holler at, and you are always swatting them down because you worth so much and ain't worthy of your poontang. That's the context of this conversation so far. And y'all know over here on this channel, that's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm gonna completely destroy that notion. Like, here, I'm sure I got a meme to go along with this.
Where all women will default to is, if they can use it, is just being, whatever is deemed sexually desirable at that time. As long as she can fulfill that, she doesn't care about anything else. A good piece of fuck meat. A good piece of fuck meat. All women want to be that. All of them. Every single woman wants to be that. And if she says she doesn't, she's fucking lying. Because she knows she's not that. And she knows she'll probably never make it to that physical level. But every woman wants to be the best piece of fuck meat that she can be. If you spent your whole life focused on your bubble butt, and you've put literally exactly 0.009 hours into actually talking to a man and getting to know a man and building a genuine relationship, where in your right mind do you think that you qualify for a genuine, decent relationship with a man for any other reason than being 99.9991% fuck meat and 0.00009% actual personality? And how far do you think that'll get you? By the time a woman usually is now active in these social media worlds, and it's like with a direct intent, like she's focused, she is horrifically fucked up. Women who are succeeding as women very rarely are genuinely entertained, by doing shit like this. They usually try to run from the camera. Every friend and family member I know who's married with their man and they got kids and all that shit, everyone, every single one, the woman does not do social media. Surprise! Because those women, they can't keep up with that because they're so busy keeping up with reality and actually being a decent woman to their man. You see what I'm saying? I'd have picked her out in a lineup at a brothel, but outside of that, no.
Let's think about it. Let's really break this down before we even continue real quick. You're about 27 to 30 years old. You're attractive enough. Fuck it, we'll say she's attractive. Let's just, for the sake of this whole conversation, let's just say she's a baddie. Let's just give it to her. I don't care if you think she's a 4 or 6 or whatever, but just for the sake of the combo, let's just say she's a baddie. Fine. What the fuck are you doing in some random black guy's hotel, probably at nighttime, on his YouTube channel? Is that wife material at that point? We just heard she was out and about in the streets swatting down shots at 27, 28, 30. Is that wife material? In some strange black man's hotel, likely at night in Vegas? Oh yeah, come to my room. I want to interview you on my YouTube channel. Is that even safe? Is that intelligent? Is this who you're gonna reproduce with to teach your children? If she doing stupid, unsafe like this at this advanced age? Like, think. So this whole notion that she's just some grand prize and all these men are trying to get her for what? I mean, I'll pick her out at a brothel, but other than that, no. Like, when you really think deeper, because I'm so tired of hearing men put pretty women on a pedestal. For what? Put on a pedestal for what? There is nothing. Oh my goodness. Her value is men want to use my holes. She's a piece of F meat. That's the hype. That's the only hype. Do you really think this woman is? I mean, she could be. But I'm just saying, statistically speaking, do you really think this woman is terribly interesting, terribly funny, just so nurturing and caring and loyal? Like, really? Because if she was all that, she wouldn't be single in some random black guy's hotel doing a YouTube interview that she just met. Because obviously they don't know each other. He just asked her where she's from. This is tramp shit. This woman is no prize just because she kind of cute. Grow up, fellas. I'm tired of men putting women on a pedestal because they cute or they got a nice body. Grow up, brother. I mean, I'm not mad at you if you want to boink her, but I mean, putting her on a pedestal outside of just being a hot piece of F meat for the hour? No. Let's continue.
Is very common, Saint. They don't like being mean. Now, I feel like you're not from LA. Like, I feel like chicks in LA, Miami, New York, they're ruthless. But you're from a different culture. Tell us a little bit about that.
I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Shout out to T Orlando. Thanks for the Cash App, T Orlando. $2 down, $8 to go to guarantee a 2-hour stream. Everybody hit the like button.
So a little Midwest etiquette, I guess.
Yes. And you know what? I think culture is really important because guys, like, they're like, oh, all women are this way, not realizing that a Southern girl, a Midwestern girl, you guys have different values, different way of communicating, and that matters, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is a gorgeous woman, and the unique existence of a gorgeous woman is that guys are shooting shots left and right, which means there's a lot of competition if you want one, just so they know what real life is.
Let's go back. Let's go back to that real quick. What did he just say? I think I heard something.
Realizing that a Southern girl, a Midwestern girl, you guys have different values, different way of communicating, and that matters, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is a gorgeous woman, and the unique existence.
Gorgeous? I don't know about gorgeous. I mean, we're really pushing it, but okay, I'll go with it.
Of a gorgeous woman is that guys are shooting shots left and right, which means there's a lot of competition if you want one, just so.
No, I don't want one. And aware guys don't want one, because even that in itself, it's not about an insecurity thing, but yeah, constantly shooting shots, she out and about. No, that doesn't sound, she's constantly looking for the better deal. That doesn't sound like somebody I should sign up for. It just doesn't. Okay, if the competition is so steep, and she got all these guys trying to holler, and she's so great, and 100 men holler a year, how could she still be single? 100 guys been hollering for the past 10 years, 100 guys a year for the past 10 years, and still single. What can we deduce from that? She's not worth it. If she was worth it, somebody would have put her up by now, and she would have stayed put up because she's loyal and committed. So if she's so hot, like, she's had every opportunity to get basically damn near any guy she wanted, but still single 10 years into the dating market at least. AKA, she's trash. Good looking trash. That's what I get from it. Maybe y'all get something different from it. Let me know below.
So they know what real life is like. For the guys who got shut down, I know one of them, the guy who was wearing a hat, you shut him down because he didn't meet the height requirements, right?
Yeah.
Which is cold-blooded, but it is what it is. Now you're 5'9". Okay. And what are the height requirements? Just in case somebody sees you out in the world and they're like, let me see if I can get in the game.
I mean, you gotta be at least my height.
Damn, okay. That's not bad. Okay, at least 5'9".
Yeah.
So if you're seeing eye to eye, you're good to go.
Exactly. Well, if you have like a really good personality that also marks you up, but this guy was talking 2 inches away from my face with the most outrageous alcohol breath.
Oh, so you can smell a little bit of Hennessy.
Not a little.
Okay. So alcohol breath does not smell good.
No, especially when you're this close to my face talking to me.
Wait, how close?
Like this close to my face talking to me.
Hey.
How many of us got turned off just by just seeing her talk and interact with him? Did anybody else get turned off? Like she was showing her obnoxious personality a little bit. See, women are best when they're just shutting up, standing there looking pretty. That's when most women are at their best. Now, don't get me wrong. Some women are actually charismatic, likable, funny, caring, considerate. Like, I'm not saying those women don't exist, but it's very rare that she's gonna be pretty and fit too. They're like, come on. That's the thing, man. Like that's in that way. A lot of guys are delusional. I want a pretty, fit girl. She's gonna be nice, sweet, funny. Got a good. No, brother. That's not realistic, my brother. If she's sweet, kind, funny, considerate, she's probably 300 pounds and look like her dad. So is that what you really value? Nobody gets it all, brother. Nobody. But no, seriously. Just watching her interact with him, I got turned off a little bit.
Close. I mean,
Like this close to my face talking to me.
Hey. So number one, brush your teeth before you start spitting game. Hit a little bit of mouthwash. And I felt bad too, because when I met her and we were chatting, she was telling me about that. And I was like, damn, I just had some Mexican food. And you guys know Mexican food goes all bad on the breath, right? Like I was keeping my distance. You heard me? I was staying back. You feel me? So number one, brush your goddamn teeth. Gargle a little bit of scope and you'll be good to go. Okay, so that was number one. Then you said the height. We got to be eye to eye or better. Mm-hmm. Now, I will tell you, in college, I dated this chick who was a polo player. She's like 6'3", but she only weighed like a buck. So she was like hella slim. So it didn't look like there's a big difference, but I got in the game. If a guy's out there watching right now, he's like, oh, I need her. I'm 5'7", though. Can he get in the game? Is there any way possible?
5'7" brothers. Why should you want to get in the game? See, that's what I'm trying to. I don't know if it's low self-esteem or what. All my 5'7" brothers out there, I wish you could explain to me, maybe in the comment section, why do you want to get into this game? This woman is presenting more like a literal hooker than she is wife or girlfriend material. And I just don't get it. Let's continue.
I just want to know if we need to crush their hope or let them know they can get in.
Well, I think I'm a big personality person. I don't know if everybody is, but I am. So if you have like a freaking good personality and it's like a little bit of my insecurity. So like as long as you weigh more than me as well, like we're good.
She's slim over here. You heard me? Like if you don't weigh more than her, you have some serious problems in life, Saints. I promise you. Okay, cool. So another thing, you said the personality can get you in the game. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting one because a lot of guys out here are like, that's personality, that's and they're like, no, you have to be tall, you gotta have money, you gotta be an athlete. They think there's all these requirements. Are you saying like this is not true? Like he can be average looking, average income, but the personality is fire and he's 5'9", he's in the game?
Yes.
Damn, that's crazy.
Okay, let's clarify that real quick. Now, look, we could say she's lying or whatever, but look, average height, average looking, average earning, but a fire personality, he's in the game. Well, what's in the game? Having access to text her phone and call her for calls that she won't pick up, or the privilege to take her on a date where she's gonna be nose in the phone the whole time taking pictures of the food. Is that in the game? It's not a privilege to be in the game with a chick who entertaining 10 dudes at a time and been entertaining 10 dudes at a time since she was 12 and still single at 28, 30. Or even if she's 26, that's still too old. You so pretty and got so many options, you should have been snatched up right now. I don't care. It don't even matter how old she is. If she's 25, it's still a red flag. Why you ain't snatched up? But yeah, so she might be telling the truth because as far as being in the game, but being in the game is no privilege. In the game to get ignored, in the game to be mistreated, in the game to be made to feel like you're not really worth much because I get hit on all the time. That's not a positive thing. Look, let's be very clear. Let's be clear. What she'll possibly date is one thing. what she'll actually respect and stay with for a lifetime and be committed and give her all to for a lifetime, that's a whole different ball game. When women taste it better, y'all know what I'm about to say next to my diehards. When women taste it better, they can never respect lesser. I'm sure she's dated 6'2" dudes, 6'4" dudes. You think she gonna respect a 5'9" dude? I'm sure she dated dudes who made six figures. You think she gonna respect 60K? Even if he got a great personality, yeah, that lasts for a little bit, but then reality start hitting. You know, that's the reality of that 60K start hitting. You know, what about when you mad at him? You not seeing his good personality then you're gonna be looking at his height and how his face ain't that handsome. And then you're gonna be entertaining, you know, messages in your DM.
There's a lot of guys out here like, that's personality, that's, and they're like, no, you have to be tall, you gotta have money, you gotta be an athlete. They think there's all these requirements. Are you saying like this is not true? Like he can be average looking, average income, but the personality is fire and he's 5'9", he's in the game.
Yes.
Damn.
She's still enjoying she's still enjoying being a C-list celebrity, because that's what an attractive fit woman is in America. At least a C-list celebrity. As far as attention and notoriety, she literally has people following her around. Like, can you imagine what that does to the ego? Wherever she was at last night, she literally had dudes like following her. Like he said, he saw like back-to-back dudes get rejected. Can you imagine how much that inflates her ego? But she ain't worth nothing. I mean, she's a child of God and all that. I don't have a problem with her. But I'm talking about on the dating market. And see, women don't get it because they're so preoccupied with being a hot piece of F meat that they don't realize, like, wait, what's my real worth in this game? And here's the thing, like, she's not ruining her life on purpose, folks. She doesn't know any better. This is all she's known. She's just doing stuff because this is what she's been doing, and she liked the way it make her feel. She liked the dopamine hits. She doesn't realize she's ruining her life forever. And I'm not even saying she's a bad person. She's just a typical dingbat. Like, don't be mad at him. Laugh at him. Like, don't be mad at him, no.
And dingbats. Don't be mad at them. Just realize how they're fucking dingbats. She knows her value has dropped, right? And pay attention, because this is where women end up in complete misery for the rest of their lives. Once they end up in these age brackets and have to get married after 27, 28, 29, 30, she knows that any man who will happily take her on must be of lower value. Why? Because she is now of lower value. The woman now has to weigh her options. Do I just keep living alone and all my friends are married and have kids and now I'm just alone with my cats, wine, and buffalo burgers and prescription medications? Or get with this guy who must be clearly low value because he's fucking with me. A woman over 28, 29, 30 and or a single mother woman will never love you. You are not what she wanted. You can't be. Okay, in her eyes, you can never be that.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Being pretty only gets you so far. It'll get you into a bed. It'll get guys, matching with you on online dating. Getting that validation from there. Getting comments on Instagram, trying to get in her pussy. Telling her whatever she want to hear. Yeah, women should be empowered. Yeah. Yeah, it'll get all that. But actually sitting and existing with a motherfucker, that's where woman struggles every time. Mark my word. Mark my fucking word. Look at Halle Berry. Halle Berry can't keep a fucking man. That bitch, that bitch is literally fucking documented in history as one of the baddest bitches. Angelina Jolie, Halle Berry, they documented as the most beautiful bitches on earth. On ER fucking F. And they can't keep a man.
Something must be wrong with Halle Berry. She can't keep a man. Who's to say I want to keep a man? I don't want to keep the wrong man. Like, I'm not crazy. No. Right?
No.
So,
when you find that you make a mistake, we all make mistakes. We have a right to say, oh God, this was a mistake. Let me start again. We have a right to do that.
Right. But the personality is fire, and he's 5'9", he's in the game.
Yes.
Damn, that's crazy.
But look, and she might be cool. Like I'm not. She might be a cool chick. It don't make her wife material or girlfriend material, but she might be a cool chick to hang out with. But see, let me just be very clear about it. We're gonna let it play a little bit. I'm gonna try to just let it play for at least a minute or two before I pause it. Fingers crossed. She's probably had a fun life. Let me just say that. She's probably had a pretty fun life. Brother, I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if you're Tom Brady. Rich, successful, whatever. Nothing you're going to be able to do as a tall, handsome millionaire is going to be able to live up to the dopamine hits of when she was 15 to 24. Nothing. Helicopter trips and fancy vacation. Nothing, bro. Because, I mean, think about the progression of life. She married Tom Brady, right? And it's fun for a year or two. But, you know, eventually the private jets and vacations kind of get boring because you're just used to it, you know? Eventually life's going to kind of settle down and you're going to be used to that lifestyle. And then comes, let's say, the babies. You think getting puked on by babies and I mean, I was using the extreme example, but let's say she didn't have housekeepers. She wanted to clean her own mansion. You think getting puked on by babies, cleaning the mansion and folding clothes is going to live up to the exciting times of 15 to 23 for her? No. And that's the sad part of women's existence. Most women's fate is inevitably misery, no matter what. That's the sick, sad part. That's what I want to snap men out. Well, maybe if I work harder, if I do this, if I wash the dishes more, if I no. Women aren't happy until they find something to be miserable about. That is women's happiness. We've all seen it firsthand. If you over 30, you just seen examples of what I'm talking about. Women aren't gonna be happy till they got something to complain about or be miserable about. That is women's happiness. Yeah, this is sad.
Average income, but the personality is fire, and he's 5'9", he's in the game.
Yes.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. I'm not 5'9". I can't say. Oh, wait, is there ever a situation where you approach a guy where you're like, you know what? He's the one. I need to spit my game and see if I can shoot a shot.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, really?
And how much you want to bet he wasn't 5'9" and average looking in the face? Now she's gonna talk about his personality, and I'm sure he did have a great personality. But how much you want to bet he wasn't 5'9" with an average looking face? See the difference? She didn't say, "Oh, no, I don't shoot my shot," but you know he could have gotten a game or something. Like, no, they chase the dudes they're genuinely attracted to.
I can't say. Oh, wait, is there ever a situation where you approach a guy where you're like, you know what? He's the one. I need to spit my game and see if I can shoot a shot.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, really? Talk to me.
I mean, my last boyfriend, I actually shot my shot on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think, again, like, I don't know, you just like, if you're approachable and like, I mean, I'm iffy on the shyness. Like, if you're like, kind of like, I don't know, just intimidating, I'm gonna be like, maybe not. But like, if you're like just like happy-go-lucky, just like doing your thing, and I'm like, you know, he seems kind of cool. Maybe I'll just like slide myself in there, catch the vibes, and if it's good.
Now tell me this though, like, what about your ex? Now I know he's an ex now, like that's why he's the ex. But before that, when you were peeping him out, you're like, you know, I think I want to slide. What about this guy made you think he was worth trying out?
I just like that he was just like friends with everybody. Like you wouldn't know anybody that didn't like him. He was just funny, just like he was just like, again, like approachable, just friendly. Like
High status. Everybody liked him. Everybody knew him. He controlled the room. Yeah, status. It's about looks. I mean, I'm not saying it's not about charisma and personality. It is. It's about a little bit of everything. I mean, think about it. This woman get approached all the time. People tell her how pretty she is. She's not that pretty. And that's a whole nother. Oh gosh. this is anyway. Yeah, it's about status. It's usually going to be about money, looks, and status for the most part. You got to have some type of combination. Like I said, you can make up for it if you're not the best looking guy or if you're not the tallest guy, but you usually got to have a combination of two. Like be really, really well dressed, really good personality. I mean, you know, you can make up for certain stuff, but I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. Cause see, women kind of speak in code. What she just described was he was high status in the environment she was in. He was the man. He was the 1%er in the room. Everybody's talking to him. Everybody like him. Like, yeah.
No.
I just like that he was just like friends with everybody. Like you wouldn't know anybody that didn't like him. He was just funny. Just like he was just like again like approachable, just friendly. Like you wanted to talk to him.
I like that. And you know, that's a really good insight for you guys is that like in some way he's a leader. There's community around him. He's confident. He's presented himself to enough people that he's respected in the community. That makes sense. I like that one. Okay, cool. Now let's see what else. He found Selena reincarnate. Oh, I think they're talking about the thumbnail. You don't look anything like Selena. Can anyone guess what ethnicity she is?
Now, I don't know how Marquette got her in the hotel room. I don't know if he showed her his following or whatever, but I can tell that she keeps looking at the comments. She keep looking at the screen. She's definitely a big part of the reason why she's here, in my opinion, is the clout, the attention, and women just can't help but to obsess over what everybody thinks about them. Especially the more attractive they are, the worse it is. Honestly, some of the prettiest women in the world are the most insecure, and they have the worst fall when their looks fall off. Because their whole existence was being pretty, the prettiest. So when they get old and ugly or fall off or get fat, oh, that mental illness kicks in 10 times harder when they were actually like really hot. This woman is gonna be nuts when she don't look like this anymore. And here's the messed up part. And I don't wish misery on her, but it's just women's fate. I'm not even talking about a drastic fall off. Just keep that in mind. I'm not even talking about when she gets 57 or something. Oh, goodness.
Incarnate. Oh, I think they're talking about the thumbnail. You don't look anything like Selena. Can anyone guess what ethnicity she is?
But then again, if they can guess my ethnicity, I will be very impressed.
I will be impressed because I feel like I'm really good at ethnicities and races, but nah, I would have never guessed. Black man timing. Hey, goddamn you, I'm always on time. Usually when I'm late on purpose. This was an accident. Last relationship. Like so low key though, like what ended that last relationship? Like what took him out of the game and created space for a boss? I'm just curious.
Honestly, he just like we dated for like a year and he just started not doing everything that he was doing.
Tell me more.
I don't know, like just like like I get the cupcake phase and that like fades
out.
yeah,
ooh yeah.
That fades out, but you can't just like start doing the bare minimum and expect that to be okay. Especially when I've talked to you for like 2 months advance to me breaking up with you. Like I told you I needed more.
Okay, what did you need?
I mean, I literally made dinner for this man every night, and I think that's the only time I saw him. And then like he would go back to his place.
Oh, he pulled up for the dinner and he was like, you know what? I got a meeting.
Yeah.
I know it's 11 p.m., but I got a meeting. So
he was on the roster, everybody. See, it's a relationship to the women, but it's not a relationship to the Chads. See, See, this is another game. Like some Chads, they gangster enough to just be like, nah, this ain't nothing serious. You ain't my girlfriend. We kicking it. They got the balls and charisma to just tell her to her face. Then you got other Chads and Tyrones who will play the nice guy role. Oh yeah, we in a relationship. He ain't looking at it as a relationship at all. He was playing the nice guy role. He got tired of the pussy and fell back. Well, this bitch cook good, so I'll come over and let her cook for me, suck my dick, and then go back to my apartment and go fuck with another bitch. See, in his mind, it wasn't nothing serious. It was just a bitch on his roster. Men lie all the time. Yeah, that's the least of the despicable things they'll do. Lie to some bitch to let her think that we in a relationship so I can keep getting food and pussy. Yeah, that's the least of what a man will do. But in her mind, it was a relationship. He fell back. Let me give you some more game. Men are cowards when it comes to breaking up with women. And I get the fear. Because she might scratch your car, go crazy, false accusations. I get the fear. But I'm going to tell you right now, most men don't got the nuts to just look a bitch dead in her pupils, dead in the windows of her soul, dead in her optic stems, and tell her it's over. I don't want to be with you no more, and then walk the fuck off. Most men don't got those type of nuts. I'm going to be real. So you know what men do? I'm just going to fall back on purpose or let her catch me cheating so she can leave, so she can feel like she was the one empowered and shit, so she don't blow up my life. And that's what he did. She'll get the hint. If I just only come over when she cook for me and then leave and don't call her for 2 weeks, she'll get the hint and finally break up with me. You know, I got to put this in the classic bin. This is turning out to be a pretty classic stream. Yes.
That's why a lot of them can't keep a man around. Okay, because once you deal with them outside of fucking, then it's like she figures that, you know, since she's been through a lot and she's a tough, independent woman, that standards and my standards are here. If you do not touch these standards, you have no chance with my pussy. And then they're just so incredibly difficult to get with. You're like, fuck it, you know, I don't even want to fuck you anymore. If you've been a tramp for 15 years, there is nothing in your work history that says you are ready for any type of genuinely decent relationship that has anything to do with anything more than your bubble butt and taking a fucking cock up it. You see what I'm saying? But you can't tell women, especially at this age, because you know why you can't tell her this? I'm going to tell you why. Because what's going to happen is she's going to go, ooh, that AD, he don't know what he's talking about. And she'll go hop right back on some online dating or some shit and sell her jiggly butt again. She'll go up there and sell it again, thus giving her more work experience in the wrong field. But you can't tell her that because somebody always wants to shove a hard object up her fluffy cheeks. And then time goes by. It's going to keep going by. It's going to go by. And she's going to end up like her. She's going to want Derek's cock, Andrew's money, Andre's sense of humor, Sean's laugh, Fred's car, Alex's house, all in one man, and she's going to end up like that.
Yeah, that's a bar to leave on.
Thank you for the dinner. Oh, he didn't even stay for dessert? No. Damn, I would have been sliding through to get the dessert. You dig? Wow. Okay. That's special.
Yeah, and then he was like, I was like, honestly, I just like need more, you know, time with you, like act like I exist. And he's like, I just don't know what you want from me. I was like, did I not just say what I needed?
In English.
Yeah.
Right.
Obviously it was Spanish. So
I see you eyeing that dime down. Oh, absolutely. You better believe it. Well, congratulations to you, because the internet is a very cruel place. And some people said you're bad. They usually, well, if you have any minor imperfection, the internet will say crazy about you. So shout out to you.
Yeah, that's why we're only here, you know? They don't know what I look like.
They don't even know.
Like Squidward when he ate too many Krabby Patties or something like that.
I'm going to ask her a few more questions just for my own personal knowledge, and I'm going to pretend I'm asking for you guys. Now, let's see. You know, one thing let me bring this closer so they can hear me. One thing I was really impressed with about you is, look, I would not believe this myself. This woman is majoring in science. I was like, hell no. So she's.
Well, let's wait till she get the actual degree. I'll give her props if she get it, but there's a lot of train wreck bitches who majored in a lot of shit and then dropped out, and then or switched their majors and then still dropped out. So let's slow down, you know. But let's continue.
I would not believe this myself. This woman is majoring in science. I was like, hell no. So she's actually not dumb. It's crazy. And I'm not gonna lie. When I met her, I was just assuming she had to be dumb, but it turns out she's not. How did that happen? Like, why are you not dumb?
Oh, that's ambition.
Okay. What is your great ambition? What are you trying to get to?
I'm a biology major for a physician's assistant.
Okay. That's funny. One of the saints, actually, he's an emperor. My emperors are the guys who get a monthly consultation with me. It's about 40 minutes. They talk about, where they're working on, business, relationships, what have you. We help them get to the next level. And one of them is actually going to be a PA as well. He said he didn't want to do all the years to be a doctor, but it's still great work. And I was like, this is a good point, because your boy does not love school either. Dude, wait, tell me this also, like, how did you find me on IG? We met in real life, for the record. I know a lot of you guys are out there trying to spit game, sliding in DMs. You need to knock it off. We met in real life. But yes.
I mean, you do have a very uncommon name.
This is factual. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. After you texted me and I knew how to spell your name, it was the first name that popped up, so it wasn't that hard.
Okay. So, like, in the future, say I meet a woman, should I, like, send my name misspelled to just throw her off a little bit, or just go by Mark so that there's some mystery, or, like, what do you think?
I say full send yourself, because why hide anything?
You see that? I'm setting her up. She's not even taking the bait. It's a beautiful thing. Another thing, that I appreciate about you, we were chatting. It was a loud environment, and she had said something incorrectly. And then, like, maybe 10 minutes later, she's like, hey, by the way, I said X, Y, and Z. That's not accurate. I just want to let you know it's this. That's called honesty and integrity. That, like, never happened, Saints. It's a beautiful thing. It still exists. Like, me personally, I love Kentucky. I love Ohio. I love the Midwest, Michigan, the South. All of these are great places to find women who are not trying to make a life on OnlyFans.com. No disrespect, unless do you have one?
I do not.
You don't, are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay, because I was going to help you make some content. If you did, you don't have one. You're not trying to get one.
I don't. I've never even had a dating app.
I'm out of here. Are you serious? Wait, no, hold on.
It's my never have I ever.
Look, for real, and I've told you guys, and they can attest to this. I always tell them, dating apps are a terrible place to meet women. And in my opinion, it's leftovers.
It's desperate.
It's hella desperate, right?
Yeah.
And if you're a female and you're desperate, you're in really bad shape, because I saw you get, like, hawked down by 5 guys, and low key, her mom was there too. Like, her whole mom was there, and they're still trying to spit game at her. Like, that's how crazy thirsty they are. So why would she have to go on a dating app? So think about that. If a woman goes on a dating app, she is Sahara Desert thirsty. It's bad. You got some homegirls on the dating app, so am I wrong?
No. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it the ugly ones only, or is it all of them?
I feel like it's just like a general thing to just like do it. Like, they're just like, oh, it's just fun. It's just like whatever. And it's like, you're going to find a whole bunch of douchebags, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. Fair enough. True story. Now, what are you looking for now, guy-wise, other than, like, guys who are not going to just eat and run? After I eat, I feel like chill. Like, I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I just want, like, a best friend.
Oh, I'm out. I can't be your best friend.
Yeah, you can. You can be my number one person. My go-to.
See, I want to be your number one, and I want to be your go-to. But when you say best friend, I feel like you're going to be inviting me to do, like, women's stuff. Like,
you don't want to go shopping with me?
I don't even go shopping with me. I know.
See, I just want I want a partner.
Okay, like someone
that's
who's
like
with you.
You're not gonna always want to do what that person wants to do, but like you suck it up because you love them. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by like partner in crime. Like, if you want to go do XYZ and I don't really want to, but I know it's gonna make you happy. Like, I want to do that for you.
Yeah.
That's why people get mad when they're like, what do you want? And they're like, oh, I don't know. Or like, come over. like come over or like I want you there is
Yeah.
so much different than like if you want to come on.
Right.
Like
right,
no,
right,
I don't.
right.
Okay, I was gone for a second. So he says they met on Instagram. She saw that money. I mean, he's not a bad looking dude, but I think Marquette got. I think he's a millionaire. So she seeked him out. I don't even think that's proper grammar. Let's find out what the proper grammar is. All right, see you later, Lauren. To say someone seeked someone out, is that proper? Let's see. Whatever. Uh, so I would say she's trying to slide her way in with a millionaire.
If you want me to come, I want to come.
Right. You want to feel welcome and appreciated, loved, and all that good stuff.
Mhm.
And you know, I do think that you're a good. I can't even think. I try not to use the word partner because sometimes when people say partner, they're talking about like some whole other stuff I'm not involved in. But you're a good companion.
Yeah.
You're a good companion. And I noticed that because last night there's a few things I wasn't paying attention to that I was like fucking up. And she stepped in and fixed it for me, you dig? And that's love and support. And it kind of shows like your personality, which is you're not going to let the people around you slip up without.
Here's the thing. When a woman likes you, yeah, she's gonna put the good girl act on. She's gonna be the perfect woman. But you gotta take it slow, get to know her. The real her will come out. But don't get tricked, man. When a woman is into you and she wants something from you or trying to whatever, get on your good side or whatever you want to call it, yeah, she's gonna act like the ideal woman. Women know how to put on the ideal woman act for 6 months to 2 years. But eventually the real her will come out.
Stepping in the situation to help out.
Mhm.
Fair enough. Now the thing that's tripping me out is there's like about 400 guys on here right now, a couple of chicks, and I know they're thinking like, this is a unicorn. I've been trying to find a girl who's not fat, ugly, and got a lazy eye, who can cook and be honest and have integrity. Like, why am I not finding that? Like, is it just that they don't live in Cincinnati, or is it that like do you find that there are a lot of chicks like you, or like what's your perspective?
I would say there's a lot of girls that are not like me and tends to.
What woman isn't gonna say that? Yeah, I'm just a basic broad. You can find me, on every street corner. What woman's gonna say that to a guy she's trying to impress? Not one. I mean, I'm sure there's some, but you know what I'm trying to say. Of course she's gonna say I'm special. What woman isn't gonna say I'm special to a guy she's trying to impress?
You, or like what's your perspective?
I would say there's a lot of girls that are not like me and tends to be the like more shy ones, or the ones you would never expect that are like me. Or like you said, it's like the unicorns where you're like, oh, like the ones that you're intimidated to go up to are actually like the best people. Like they are friends with everybody because they're awesome.
Last thing that we'll talk about is Lex and Drea were on Club Shay Shay, and they discussed how like a man who constantly brags or is super flashy is a major turnoff for women. And I actually 100% agree with that.
Brags? What you mean brag?
Like, oh,
brag?
I got this, I got this, I got that. Oh,
yeah.
baby, I could do this for you. I could do that. And it's always a man who can't do nothing.
Yeah.
And you are, or like all this extra flashy. And, oh, I got this car. Like, I hate men like that. And I think that is so turned off. Like, the women who are impressed by.
Still have it though. Just don't brag about it. That's the subtext.
By that are like a little slow, I think, because that's not cute. Like, I don't want to see you. Like, men do that all the time.
They do.
And then they flash so much stuff.
Said
Like,
they do.
why are you flashing? I had to tell men this before. Why are you flashing me money if you're not giving it to me? Why do I want to see all your
What
money?
man be doing too? I noticed men to put their car keys right there at the bar, just like, oh, right here.
And I don't even notice that because I'm not looking at your car keys. I don't give a fuck. And they probably do that. I don't
They be
even
doing
notice.
that. I was like, damn,
I could
know
believe
some
that.
dudes who
Or
was
they're
doing that. I'd be
flashing
like,
money and doing all of this. Like, are you giving it to me?
Wouldn't that be the same thing if a woman is walking around maybe with her, chest out or her behind out? Wouldn't that be the same thing as flashing something that you possibly are not going to give to me? You see what the problem is? When a man shows his accolades, shows what he has accomplished or what he has, that's a problem. But if a woman shows her assets, oh, that's okay. But you're not giving those up either. Okay.
Because other than that, what are you showing me that? If you're not giving it to me, I don't give a damn. Like, what are you showing me that money for? That's corny as hell.
you be like,
It's
hey,
corny.
babe, where you want to go?
Yeah, if you give it
You want to
up,
go
cool.
somewhere?
Oh, and he's just doing that? No,
He
no.
counting it.
You're
Like,
thirsty.
where you want to go?
Don't pull out money in front of me doing that. That's
Where you want
weird.
to go eat? What you want to
Yeah.
eat? Or you want to go
Who
fly
doing that?
somewhere?
I
That's
hate
crazy.
men like that. And there's a lot of men that are like that too, that are
It
like
is men
so
like that.
thirsty. I've ran across a few of those guys and they be like, baby, I got it. I could do whatever. I could change your life. I could do this. I could do that. Where's it at?
What you mean though? Where's it at?
Because you saying all of that.
All right, what if he got the money out? Like, and you like, what are you doing with it? He'd be like, here,
All right, yeah.
10 racks.
Cool.
Oh,
Then
but you
what
going to
now?
take it.
Let's go to my spot.
No, I'm not.
Well,
we're
give
not.
me
It's
that
a,
back there.
okay,
Give it
here.
up. All right, here, cool. What you
Cool.
mean give it to you for? I'm
I'm
counting
not
it.
asking you to give it to me. If you're flashing it in my face, what are
It's
you
not
showing
in
me
your
that?
face. I'm just counting
That's
it right
like me
now.
flashing my vagina in your face.
Not
Are you
like
giving
that.
it
It's
up
not,
or
it's
not?
It's not the
that.
same.
I'm talking about some sex.
First of all, if you ask for the money, why you not going at that point? Why take the money? Shouldn't you just say no? Because that's not what you move by.
Sexual thing. I'm talking about some bread. You just flip the whole thing. I'm just okay. Like what you mean? It's not the same thing.
Sex and money is the equivalent to men and women. What men want from women is pussy. What women usually want from men is money.
So
See, men with standards not even gonna take her serious because she on podcast talking about pussy, saying the word pussy. But see, and even that little open leg move, a classy woman wouldn't even have demonstrated that. Like with never mind.
he like, what's up?
You just
About what?
you just contradicted yourself again. Like, what are you talking about?
Stop licking the finger. I can't stand.
He's like, what's up? He doing this. Look.
Licking the
old
finger
man
is
finger is
crazy.
crazy.
Like
That's stupid. I don't like
look
any
alike.
of that. I don't like flashy men in general, though. Like, okay, we get it. Like, you have a few dollars. Like, who cares?
The reason why women have to downplay a man's money, no, don't get me wrong, it is corny. But I wanted to tell you about what's going on in the subconscious. I've never went to college, by the way. Careful who you listen to on the internet. The reason women have to downplay, oh yeah, I get it, you got money, because they want to bring you down to their level. They want to make it seem like, yeah, the fact that you make $600,000 a week, yeah, I ain't impressed with that. I ain't about to be kissing your ass, because they want you to be down to their level. They want to make it seem like, well, that ain't nothing. My last boyfriend give me $10,000. The more they downplay it, maybe the more you'll try to do for her. Since $600,000 a week ain't nothing. What if I drop 50 on you? What if I you see what I'm saying? That's why they trying to downplay it. So you won't feel like you got as much leverage as you actually do have over her. She's trying to level that off by downplaying it.
That's stupid. I don't like
look
any
alike.
of that. I don't like flashy men in general, though. Like, okay, we get it. Like, you have a few dollars. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
You know what I
just-
mean?
man,
It's
he-
just
But you just said that's what women want, though.
ain't flashing it.
Why
He
do you
just
think they
counting
do
'cause
it?
You want to keep track of the night.
okay. Well, do that in the bathroom, my brother. I don't
Why,
want to
is
see
it distracting
that.
you?
It's just thirsty. Stop
That's not
flashing.
thirsty.
No, because men are like that. They're like, yeah, baby, I could da 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 da. And right then and there, it's a turn off. Like, even when you say that, I'm just gonna be like, I'm cool.
Right.
Like it, or like men who think that because they like know people or there's somebody like, oh, my homeboy is this or da da da. Okay,
Yeah,
like that is the
yeah, yeah.
thirstiest shit to me ever, and I'm for sure never messing with you
what's
over
his name,
that.
partner? Man, do that to me.
You know,
what's
you
his
know who
name,
does
brother?
that? One of your friends does that, and I cannot stand him. And I'm like, you know what? That's thirsty. That's how you're getting
know what's
women
funny?
is off of
Yeah.
another man's back.
A lot of
you
dudes
should
do
feel
that.
That's diabolical. Yeah, I could never do that. Dudes, like honestly, see this is what I'm saying, man. Pussy ain't even that deep, bro. But maybe I'm just getting older. It ain't that deep for me to go through all these fucking changes, try to jingle a car key and strategically place it next to my hat so she can see the logo. Like I'm not doing all that for a bitch, man. I don't value women. I mean that's a little too vague, but like I don't value pussy or women enough to really put any effort into women at this point in my life. A bitch gotta holler at me or something. Like I just don't care enough. Some of y'all gonna feel me on that.
Ashamed of yourself, and if any man ever did that to me, I'll be like, okay, you're weird. Can you introduce me to him?
That's how. You know what's sad? She probably already fell for that trap probably one time before, which is why she doesn't like it. Okay, you could blame the fisherman all you want, but the fish got caught. So it is what it is. The fish is actually going for the clout because they're drawn to it. So if a woman gets snatched up because a dude is a groupie or a friend of a celebrity, I think they might be the problem.
That's how dudes be trying to come in and just be like, yeah, what's the name, cousin? What's up, P? I'd be like, all right.
That's weird. And any
They
woman
do
who's
that to
and
girls,
women do
too.
be impressed by that too.
Yeah,
Some women
impressed
do
by
get.
that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because women will be like, oh, if you friends with him or
You
brothers
must
with
be
him.
cracking.
No, you must be.
Okay, let me. I'm a little conflicted at first here of that. So okay, if I'm at an event and let's just say I'm Kendrick cousin and I go introduce myself to Paul Pierce, I can see somebody saying, "Oh, what's up, man? I'm Ron. I'm Kendrick cousin," because it's like I'm relating. How can I'm trying to see how I can articulate this. I don't necessarily think that's some groupie shit because you're introducing yourself. I mean, I'm sure some people do it to try to impress somebody or something, but I guess it depends on the context. It depends on the context. Like, so if I'm at an industry party and I introduce myself to one of the celebrities at the industry party, and I'm like a regular dude, and and I'm just, I mean, going up to him, just say, "What's up, man? Hi, I'm Ron." Like, okay, well, what's up, Ron? Like, who the fuck is Ron? Oh, I'm Kendrick cousin. Oh, okay. Oh, what's up, Ron? So I get it in that context, but I digress.
And women do be impressed by that too. Some women do get.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because women will be like, oh, if you friends with him or
You
brothers
must
with
be
him.
cracking.
No, you must be cracking, but I'm going to get with you to get in close
Yeah, with him.
to him.
And that's what I do notice that women do too, because I've been in that situation where I seen
Yeah.
a man bring a girl around and be like, "Oh, this is my homeboy, look," and then the girl is all on the man. Like, what? This is
Yeah.
crazy, and
Yeah.
you should be ashamed of yourself that you even want to get a girl off the back of another man.
Hold on, you're not saying that the woman should be ashamed of herself for going for that? That's crazy.
That's gay.
Yeah, that's my man's.
Like that's
You know what? Drake is my man's.
Yeah, Drake is my partner. Oh, let me try to FaceTime him right now. I'm gonna
dog,
FaceTime him. You want to say hi?
Hey, say what's up to the homegirl.
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah.
all right, man, I'm going to hit you back.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah. That type of shit is corny. I'll never go for that. And women do not go
That's
for that.
hilarious. That is.
But it's funny. It's funny. All women do is sit back and say what's corny and what's not corny. Well, have you ever had to go out and hunt your fucking hunt your food? Have you ever had to have some courage and figure out how to, get some dick? No, because all you gotta do is stand there. So it's easy for you to just sit back and judge men's methods when you never had to, go out there and do some shit that took some real courage in the dating market. And even when you did, you had a 90% success rate because a nigga could always use a piece of side pussy. So even if he didn't really like you, he probably still took you on. I mean, what my point is, women don't know how hard it is to be a man in the dating market trying to get action on the dating market. So it's easy for them to just sit back and say, "That's corny, that's corny, that's corny, that's corny."
Say hi.
Hey, say what's up to the homegirl.
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah.
all right, man, I'm going to hit you back.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah. That type of shit is corny. I'll never go for that. And women do not go
That's
for that.
hilarious.
Nobody gives a fuck what a 35-year-old washed up bitch who do a podcast with Paul Pierce is going for. You ever think of that?
Hey, say what's up to the homegirl.
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah.
all right, man, I'm gonna hit you back.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah. That type of shit is corny. I'll never go for that. And women do not go
That's
for that.
hilarious. That is
Women don't go for it.
One last thing
Hold
that
on, she said women don't go for it. I don't think you have to tell them not to go for something like that. It's just them at that point. If they're going for it, it's because they want to go for it.
I want to say, and then we're going to wrap up, and that I'm so proud of. So marriage statistics, 89% of Black men earning 6+ figures are married to Black women.
Say that again.
89% of Black men earning 6+ figures are married to Black women. Clock that. I love that. That's really dope. So when we're talking about, oh, these men don't like Black women, they do.
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
Men
I
are a
never
lot.
said that.
Men are way more. There are a lot of more
All right,
men.
so let's do this statistic now. Of the men that are married to Black women that's making 6 figures, what's the divorce rate on that?
So you know what? I don't know that, but you know what I do know? The divorce rate is 200% when a Black man marries out of his race, and it's lower. I just saw a whole video on this. Yes, sir. They said the reason why Black men are harder to date. They said a Black woman with a white man or a man outside of her race has a way lower statistic of divorce. A Black man with a Black woman has a higher divorce rate, but it's lower than a Black man with a girl outside of his race. So they say Black men are the fucking issue. They said,
whoa. So she's saying a Black chick could date a white guy and it's perfectly fine, but when the Black man dates outside, it's still a problem. Wow.
That Black men are so difficult to date because of their trauma, because of how the world treats them, because Black men are very disrespected. They're not taken care of. People don't like pour into Black men. They don't care when they have problems. So Black men accumulate a lot of trauma and a lot of baggage. And most Black men I know are angry, and they have an anger issue, and they have this because it's repressed trauma.
But what about Black women? They don't have suppressed trauma? They aren't disrespectful as hell? Look, I was talking to somebody I know, and we were talking about how this was a non-African, and they were talking about how their experiences with Black people, most of their bad experiences with Black people are from Black women. Black women are a big part of the bad reputation of Black people. I mean, even the thugs and gangsters dudes know how to conduct themselves in public in most cases.
A lot of baggage, and most Black men I know are angry, and they have an anger issue, and they have this because it's repressed trauma, and they're not able to talk about it. White people in different communities, they talk about their feelings. They go to therapy. Black men are that is stigmatized for Black men. So they are forced to hide their feelings, hide their fears. Don't cry. Be strong. Shut the fuck up. Be a man. No one gives a fuck. That's how Black men are raised, and that's how they are viewed in the world. No one gives a fuck about their problems. So now when Black men come to a relationship, they are bringing all of that baggage and that trauma, and they don't know how to work through it because no one ever taught them how to communicate, how to work through their problems, how to be emotionally intelligent and mature, how to be self-aware. They don't have the tools and the resources to become that. Especially older Black men. There's way more resources now, but even with the resources, they are not taught to use them.
And that's still
I mean, that's true. I mean, she ain't lying. I mean, she ain't lying about this part. But Black women are even more fucked up than that, times 10. So that's my little contribution.
don't get us what we want. You can go to therapy all you want. That's still not going to heal you to say that you're going to get a good woman. See, the point the finger only on Black men is kind of crazy to say that we don't have a counterpart in this world, that we actually, that's almost the purpose to life. You know, is to seek out a woman, and usually it's going to be a woman of your own ethnicity group. But she's only saying that the men are the problem. But the women have changed the most in recent history. Men have usually been the same. Men have tried to overcompensate by becoming more emotionally intelligent. That's still not good enough. But let her finish, and I'm going to give my points.
Oh, now Black men are fucking difficult today. I remember my sister, who's been married since she was 23 years old to a Black man. She's my best friend. She literally told me when I was young, she said, sis, I'm gonna tell you this, you like Black men, you gotta be strong to date a Black man. It's a different type of thing.
Man, but I want to say, like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'll just say this: there's way more good black men in America than good black women. I want to say that. And here's the thing: I've heard white women say, no peer-reviewed study. I've heard white women say that black men treated her better than white men on the dating market. I don't know, man. Black men get pretty good reviews, like when they date outside of their race. I don't know. From what I hear, I don't know, man. It depends on which ones you date, but I don't know.
She literally told me when I was young, she said, sis, I'm gonna tell you this, you like black man, you gotta be strong to date a black man. It's a different type of thing. You gotta be strong, you gotta have a backbone, you gotta know who you are as a woman, you gotta be secure because dating a black man is not a walk in the mother.
You know why? She almost make it like she don't want to date a black man at all. Like at one point she's saying that she loves black men. Is a black man amazing? Now it's just like they're the hardest to date. It's crazy.
And you said why it's difficult to date a black man.
Good
You said all
morning.
these emotional intelligence, all these
Yeah.
things, but it's bigger than that.
I agree.
It's more than that. It's not about how you was raised. It's not about emotional this or that. I'm gonna tell you why it's difficult because black men, we are the most attractive race. We got more options than any other race. So the attack on us is more than any. It's like the peer pressure on us is like, damn, I got girls from all over the world trying to get at me.
I don't think that that's a part of it. I think that's a smaller part of it, honestly.
that's a piece of it.
It's a piece of it. But
That's the temptation part of it.
That's the temptation of
'Cause
why black men cheat. We get that. But that's not what I'm even talking about. We know black men are going to cheat. We're not even
Well, it's
talking
just the
about that.
temptations are greater on us than any
we
other
get
race,
that.
though.
And the temptations for black women are great too, especially if you have
Yeah, right. The statistics don't back that up. Yeah. Women are just beating, but men are just beating down the door to marry black women. If that was true, would they be married at the lowest rate? Less than 30% of black women are married in America. The lowest, I think, I'm pretty sure it's the low. Yeah, it is the lowest rate of any other group of women. Something ain't adding up, sis.
have a body and you have this and you're fine.
The temptations on our race is more greater.
Of course. We're sexualized, we're fetishized,
Black
and
men
all
are
that.
sexualized and fetishized.
Yeah, but
like
the thing
all of
is that's only a small of the bigger picture. I'm talking about when you're in a relationship with a man or you're married to a man and maybe cheating is a small part of the relationship. He may have fucked up once or twice, but I'm talking about the everyday issues where a man can't communicate, where he suppresses his feelings, where he don't tell you or because he doesn't, because to actually show you how to be that way.
Implement it into your life.
100%.
I literally said it.
I work in the dating relationship space. I own a matchmaking business and I'm a dating and relationship coach, and I run a community full of women who want to be the best of the best in relationships. And one question that always comes up is, how do you know if you found the one? I'm a hopeless romantic at heart. Like, I love.
Let's take it slow, folks. I don't believe in the one. I just don't believe in the one. I don't. There's plenty of people you can make a relationship work with. She says she's a relationship coach, dating coach. Just let's just let her continue.
A hopeless romantic at heart. Like, I love, and I love the idea that there could be just like this one person that you are meant to be with, but I don't think that that's the case. What I can tell you is that with my fiance, there is this overwhelming feeling of, because I am in intimate romantic relationship with him, my life is better. I think that boils down to a lot of things, but I think the main thing is that I was so and am so clear about who I am and what I want in life.
And she still cheated multiple times through their relationship, according to her fiance. About 2 weeks before our wedding, my ex-fiance and girlfriend of 6 years admitted to cheating on me multiple times during our relationship.
All right, let's talk about it. I would say this is a good looking dude. Look like he work out. He's clearly rich. So this is a top, and she was attractive. Let's go back. Somebody type 53 seconds in the chat. 53 seconds in the chat. Pretty eyes always do it for me. And this is her like dressed down, no makeup, hair tied back. So you know, like dialed up. Yeah. But see, these motherfuckers, man. Let's go back. 53 seconds. See, this is what happened when you chase pretty. Now, I get it. I'm the top tier dude. I should be able to have a pretty bitch. Pretty bitches aren't good people. It goes back to the title of this stream. Like, pretty women are not valuable. They valuable for a fuck doll for the weekend. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I would enjoy fucking baddies on the weekend. Would I think like, oh no, I gotta wife this? No, I don't even want those problems. Like, high, quote unquote high value men are gonna fuck themselves in the asshole every time trying to wife pretty. Bro, get you an average bitch, a super average looking bitch, maybe with a nice body or something. I don't know. Let's continue. And then she was social media is a deal breaker. If you a rich, high value man, 'cause these dudes don't got no fucking standards, bro. Their standards is she's hot and she's calling me back. Fuck that, bro. Rich men got standards when it comes to every other aspect of their life. Working out, business, gym, this, that. Why don't y'all got standards for a bitch other than shallow ones? Like, think, man. If I'm a tall, handsome, millionaire fit, my bitch can't be on social media. This is crazy to me. I'm me. I'm not. I ain't all that I just named off that he probably is, and my bitch can't be on social media. So, never mind.
And girlfriend of 6 years admitted to cheating on me multiple times during our relationship. To say I was devastated would be the understatement of the century. After 6 years, you think that you know someone, but she is.
And why are you making this gay ass video? See, I see why she cheated on you, bro. Why does this video exist?
Of the century. After 6 years, you think that you know someone, but she is not who she portrays herself to be. Not only did she cheat and wait just a few days before our wedding to tell me, she had been manipulating me for over 2.5 years.
Yeah, like I said, pretty women are horrible people on average. Not all, but and usually they're horrible fucking people, bro. Stop trying to wife pretty. Pretty isn't wife material. Maybe somewhat, sort of, kind of cute. Maybe, but just undeniably pretty. Like this bitch is this is a bad bitch. This is she a bad bitch, and this is her like at her like worst, dressed down. I would never wife this bitch. Just the fact that she's so attractive.
She simply wasn't.
Hey guys.
Members take her on trips around the world and shower her with gifts, all the while me being faithful and loyal in a way she simply wasn't.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're doing a little bit of drama, okay? We're following along with this story about a woman who actually has a decent following on social media as a
red flag number one.
Relationship coach. By showing you guys the details of this story, I hope that there's some lessons to be learned here, because anyone can fall into the trap of this when a woman appears to have a lot of good things about her. She does a lot of things that I would say are green flags on an everyday basis in her relationship. However, the problem is that at the very base foundation of who she is, she wasn't maintaining that standard of what a good man wants. There was a hidden red flag. I think that there was a significant red flag that was hidden even within her content. She revealed it. And I'm going to show you that piece of content. And it's not something that he would have had to have seen on her channel. It was something that they were living. It was a conversation that they had even before they were in an official relationship. So I want to get down to that after showing you guys the rest of their initial videos, where it really is sad what this man has gone through, you know, to be like so deceived. I definitely empathize with him. Before I hit play, guys, please remember to like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet to catch my videos every Friday.
When she told me, we did talk about trying to make it work because I did love her. I loved her so much, I was willing to try to get past something that most people would have walked away from immediately.
Oh my God. Let me let me let him finish, man. Maybe he's gonna say something different than what I think.
Because I did love her. I loved her so much, I was willing to try to get past something that most people would have walked away from immediately. We turned our wedding into a celebration of love and still had everyone fly in because I genuinely believed that we were going to try to make it work.
So she been cheating on you, manipulating you for years and this and that, and you turn the wedding into a celebration of whatever. Oh, she will never respect you. Well, she already didn't respect you. She told you that she cheated on you and some more shit, was cheating for the whole relationship or something like that. No, she never respected you. You was always just a check, bro. You was always just a fucking check. But I just want to say this clear and concise. If a bitch cheat on you and you take her back or let it slide or let's try to work through this, bro, it's only going to get worse. She know it. She wasn't sure if you had nuts or not before, but she's 100% certain you don't now if you take back a cheating bitch.
But we both knew we couldn't officially get married.
In my opinion, there's no going back. After multiple times and after this level of deception, that is a woman that does not respect you and will never respect you. And honestly, I would argue that even if she had an ounce of respect for you, that she's lost it at that point. At that point of you talking about wanting to work it out with her, she's lost any ounce of respect. And look, I'm going to tell you guys the...
Because here's the, like... all the women... Hold on. All the women who I basically say are pieces of shit on this channel, they all know they're pieces of shit. Any woman I've ever called a piece of shit on this channel, if we hooked her up to a lie detector test, it would be shown that she knows she's a piece of shit. So this woman that cheated on him, she know, like, I'm a piece of shit. Like, what kind of man would try to work it out with a piece of shit? A very low value man when it comes to having nuts. He might be fit, handsome, rich, but see, this is proof that being rich, handsome, tall, rich don't give you self-esteem. I mean, Will Smith taught you that. These niggas be there. Hey, on paper, they the fucking man. And behind the scenes and truly internally, straight punk bitches. I feel for him. I hope he bounce back. I hope he man up. I don't got nothing against the brother. But yeah, this is some hoe ass shit. She know it, and probably deep down inside he know it. And then what make it worse, he broadcasting it across the world for all the other bitches to realize he a punk ass bitch too.
But we both knew we couldn't officially get married.
In my opinion, there's no going back. For you, that she's lost it at that point. At that point of you talking about wanting to work it out with her, she's lost any ounce of respect. And look, I'm going to tell you guys the hard truth is that a woman that cheats, she is not just physically cheating. Like, there is an emotional aspect on top of the physical aspect. Women do not pull those two things apart. And what that means is that she has broken the connection with you. It's just not there anymore. And once broken, where she has stepped out on the relationship, like that will never reform the same way. So there's really no going back. There's no going, oh, let's heal this up and go back to the great relationship that you felt like you had, because it's non-existent.
Afterward, it was clear something was still wrong. So we decided to take a 30-day break to figure out what we wanted.
Oh my God. Shout out to the brother, man. Shout out to him. I mean, he don't need me to shout him out. He's fucking, yeah. He seems like he's doing good in life. But that's the thing. Looks ain't always what they saying. He's not doing very good in life. Actually, but I mean, y'all know what I meant, but yeah, things aren't always what they saying. There's plenty of motherfuckers who deleted themselves in a big house, in a big mansion, with business deals on the table, kids on the way, and some more shit. That's why I just take my peace of mind, man, over anything else.
During that time, I kept what she did a secret from everyone I knew because I was afraid that if we did try to make it work, nobody would ever look at her the same way again.
Oof, okay, I'm guessing that the break was her idea. This is another really bad idea, guys. You don't let her go off for 30 days to take a break after she cheated, because guess what? She might very likely be testing the waters on the other side. And then she'll come back to you if it wasn't what she expected. And then do you really want that? Like, do you really want the fact that she was actually choosing something else first, and it was only because that first option didn't work out that now she's back with you? Like, you're the backup?
I was protecting someone who had never protected me. I wasn't going to make this post, but a few things have become clear to me recently that I couldn't stay quiet on anymore. She seems to show virtually no remorse for what she did. Not only did she destroy our future together and manipulate me for years, but a few days after what was supposed to be our wedding, she packed her stuff, left the country, and traveled place to place, keeping herself distracted so she couldn't be still long enough to acknowledge what she...
Now, this is probably what he not going to admit. He was bankrolling all that. While they were on their break, he still was sending that cash through. And that's why she wanted it to be a break and not just a full break off. Because he was still bankrolling the bitch. But see, losers like that will never prosper. That woman will, well, most women's fate is misery, but yeah, foul ass women like this, they're some of the most miserable out there. Especially when the looks fade. Like, this don't bother her now because she young, she cute, she getting all these offers, she getting rich men to pay for her life. When those looks fade, there's gonna be, because see, when shit like this happen, we say, oh, women are so demonic, they're so heartless, they have no remorse. She's still human. No matter how inhuman she may be in a lot of ways, she's still a human being. There's gonna come a point in her life when she's staring at that fucking luxury ceiling fan at 3 a.m. that this is gonna be a gut punch. And she's gonna be trying to reach back out to apologize. Not because she's genuinely sorry, but she's trying to ease that fucking pain.
Her stuff, left the country, and traveled place to place, keeping herself distracted so she couldn't be still long enough to acknowledge what she had done. She left the dog behind she begged me to get, and the irony of this whole situation is that my ex-fiance is a self-proclaimed relationship coach, helping women learn to be in relationships with high-value men. She was able to start this business because she would post about what it was like being in a relationship with me, and it quickly went viral online. Since my background is in starting and scaling businesses, I encouraged her to grow it, thinking foolishly that every man would be lucky to have a woman like her. After this came out, I wondered what she would do. Would she admit to her followers and clients that the emperor is wearing no clothes? That, in my opinion, someone who had cheated on her long-term partner multiple times isn't qualified to coach women in relationships. But no, months after admitting the infidelity, she continues to promote it to unsuspecting women, even spinning this breakup as more of her finding herself and less of her betraying me.
Gosh, it just keeps getting worse and worse. This is terrible. It's terrible what she is putting else to talk about. But we have a little bit more to talk about because, as promised, we need to get to that red flag.
That's something really crazy. When my fiance and I first started dating 4.5 years ago, he told me that work came first, and you know what? I honestly really appreciated it. At the very beginning, he was totally upfront about what his priorities were. He was like, I am growing my business right now. This is my priority. You come second. And so I could make the decision. Am I okay being a second priority?
Women don't want to be the first priority in your life because then you're a bitch ass simp with nothing going on, no spine, no nothing. Women want to be, second and third place at best to keep respecting you.
And what does it mean? What does that say about me that I'm okay with that or I'm not okay with that? And ultimately I decided, okay, yeah, like that's totally fine. I like you. I'm not looking for whatever. This works for me. Let's date.
Okay, guys, real talk here. Real talk as a woman, I want to give you insight because at surface level, this might seem okay. Like they're openly communicating their wants and needs and what they know they can provide within the relationship, right? He's telling her that work has to come first. But this is the thing that is different about women compared to men, because I think that men can hear this and make that logical decision and have it be okay. A woman that is looking at this logically and you're in the throes of like meeting each other recently and wanting to form a relationship, you both do, for that woman to not have a problem with this and she just steps back and is very logical, the reason for that logic is because she's looking at what you can give to her other than your love and loyalty and dedication to the relationship, the emotional attachment. She has already decided at that moment of saying, yes, let's continue this. I'm okay with not having that strong emotional bond, but I'll still be in a relationship with you because I can see that you're a high value man, right? High value with the focus being on financial success, that she's willing to kind of give up the other. The bottom line is that women naturally do not want to do that. Like if they really love you, they really see that this is going to turn into love. If they're not already in love, then they're not going to be okay with that dynamic. They won't be. But here he is in a situation where she takes him up on that offer and it can look like such a great thing. But men, this is not, okay? I think that it is great to be honest if you aren't in a position where you can put somebody first. And I don't even think that it necessarily means that he wasn't interested enough in her. I think that he probably was very highly interested in her. And then like he planned on probably throughout the years of like readjusting what he would prioritize, which I think works for a guy. It just doesn't work for a woman. So for her to get into this relationship, she is already kind of waving a red flag, showing that she's just kind of looking for that stability. She's looking for the finances. She's looking for that lifestyle, which she did achieve. She has achieved for 6 years of being together. But guess what was missing? It was the emotional attachment. And that is the number one thing that to a woman that doesn't have the base foundation of loyalty being the number one most important thing in a relationship, she's going to justify within her little brain that it's okay to then look for that emotional attachment somewhere else. Let's be clear, that is not okay. It is not okay. I think that this is a very important message. If you guys agree or disagree, as always, leave it in the comments. I'm really interested to know what you think about this dynamic. As always, guys, I hope you have a great week and I will see you next Friday.
I've been single for like the past 5 to 6 years. And now that, well, I was getting myself together, you know, mentally, physically, health-wise, yada, yada. So now that I'm open to dating, so I'm trying not to like hold back on just like only dating my type. I try to be open and date whoever approached me and want to take me out. But now I'm noticing when I'm out with the men, who approach me, it's just so hard for me to be in my feminine energy because I guess I'm not attracted to them. And so I just want to know, should I continue with the trial and error or should I just stand back and wait till my type that I envision approaches me?
No, I think you're delusional. I don't think you need to be dating anyone.
Back to the channel. Shout out to Ant CEO. Definitely one of our favorite new content creators that we react to. He's brought a lot of new subscribers to the channel and a lot of engagement to the channel. I'm pretty sure we've brought some subscribers his way, but I'm definitely going to drop Ant CEO something in the Cash App this month. Shouts out to all of my new subs that have come in. Let's get right into this. We're going to break down 2 different calls from Ant. Of course, the one that brought you here, we're going to get into first. We had a woman who said that she couldn't be feminine unless she was attracted to the man. That's a new one. We're going to break that down. Ant definitely did his thing. The second call, the bonus call, is a 33-year-old baby mother of 3, 2 baby daddies. Ant put her right on a barbecue grill. We're going to discuss it, and I think that he does a great job of handling these calls. I think that's why my audience has definitely become hooked to Ant CEO. Everybody's asking about his content, where to go subscribe. Link will be down in the description. Hit the subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell. Let's not waste 1 minute.
I've been single for the past 5 to 6 years. And now that, I was getting myself together, mentally, physically, health-wise, yada, yada. So now.
Okay, now let's just, AKA getting fucked by a bunch of different dudes. A self-discovery journey and getting myself together and healing. There's dicks involved in all those journeys. Let's just be real about that.
Now that I'm open to dating, so I'm trying not to hold back on just only dating my type. I try to be open and date whoever approach me and want to take me out. But now I'm noticing when I'm out with the men, who approach me, it's just so hard for me to be in my feminine energy because I guess I'm not attracted to them. And so I just want to know, should I continue with the trial and error or should I just stand back and wait till my my type that I envision approaches me?
No, I think you're delusional. I don't think you need to be dating anyone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go?
I can't believe she thought she was going to just walk right into the call with some delusional shit like that and thought Ant was going to let that ride. I can't believe that women are even still pulling this shit, thinking that there's a specific guy that they'll be feminine with, but other guys they won't be feminine with. Anytime a woman says something like that, we know we're not.
Well, let's be real. We already know the score. The guys who are approaching her to take her out, they probably got money and stuff, but the dudes who she attracted to is probably Pookie and Ray Ray, and they don't take hoes out on dates. Hard D and Bubblegum and Netflix and chill.
Not talking to a feminine woman. A feminine woman is feminine all the time.
Nigga, that's a man.
Let's get back into the clip.
You got a fairy tale 14-year-old princess mindset. You're 30 years old and you still have the mentality of the man that I envision in my head is the man that I'm going to get. Now, if I don't get him, then I'm going to just stay single. You have an idealistic mentality. You're delusional. That's why you're single at 30. And from looking at your page, you don't present yourself like a woman of value because your titties is out in every single picture. You show your body, you wear tight clothing. You present yourself like a woman that's hypersexual. And I just want a quick look on your page. This isn't to dish you. This isn't to talk shit on you or to attack you. This is to me telling you what the men that you're dealing with that you don't seem to like won't tell you. And the men that you do like who actually don't want you back will never tell you outside of just having fun with you in the bedroom. You present yourself very hypersexual online. Your boobs are out. You have the same stuff that you would wear to the beach wearing with jeans and where the top is just basically your titties hanging out. And again, you spoke on femininity. You said that, your femininity, you can't be feminine or being your womanly whatever unless you're around a man you're attracted to. Well, is that the true behavior of a feminine woman? Because why would your femininity only be set based on if a man is attractive? If I'm a masculine man, I don't give a fuck if I'm around the most attractive woman in the world or the ugliest woman in the world. I'm not going to make my masculinity move off of looks. That's real idiotic and dumb. So to me, you're not a true feminine woman, because a true feminine woman is gonna feminine no matter what. She feminine no matter if she a man and she look good or don't look good. And the thing is too, and you kind of just, you know.
And a real feminine woman would never have to be performative because she's been trained this way. She lived this way. And more importantly, she had an example. She saw it as a young girl. I'm starting to think that if women haven't seen an example of what femininity looks like in real time, it could be nearly impossible to get the woman to fully understand the concept without the example. That's why a lot of women need to just really slow themselves down and focus on what's being said, because you're already working from the back.
Yes, I'm sorry to cut you off.
I'm not finished.
Oh,
Unless you
okay,
just would
go
like
ahead.
to drop down, but I'm getting to every point that you mentioned. You also mentioned about you know, basically you deal with guys that you don't really like. Well, that tells me that the men that you do like don't like you back. And I don't mean they like you because they're willing to respond to you, because they're willing to DM you. I mean like they're actively trying to put a ring on your finger. Because a man want to take you on a date, spend some money on you, and have sex with you, that don't mean he like you. Because a dude in your DM sending you heart eyes and spamming your likes and hitting you up in your DM, that don't mean he like you. That mean he want to get some ass. And you and every single woman that's listening to this that's also maybe attractive, they're not getting anything different. All of y'all are getting men in your DMs that's simply readily available for sex. Now, that don't mean y'all getting the same responses, because your responses is probably not like the other women that they're getting, because they actually may be able to get men that actually want to take them seriously. But your issue is yourself and your self-entitlement and your delusion. But you can go ahead and respond.
Okay, so the men that approach me, they aren't from social media. This is in person. So usually when I'm out in person, it's like I usually wear like oversized joggers, a little jacket. Like
Right. So now on social media, you have new, but in real life, you super conservative. Everything always loose. Right. Okay. Well, okay, but let's just say she's telling the truth. Oversized joggers don't change your soul. It don't. I mean, like, it don't change your vernacular, your attitude. It just, they can still sniff it on you that you a Tatiana.
Okay, so the men that approach me, they aren't from social media. This is in person. So usually when I'm out in person, it's like I usually wear like oversized joggers, a little jacket. Like I be on some chill stuff. Like it's never when I'm like out going like out for a night. So like how I look on social media, like when I'm out, is like a total different.
This is a photo with you out in public with your whole entire stomach showing. This is a photo with you out in public. So you just lied through your teeth. All I did was go to one little swipe on your page and I can see this. This is another photo with you out where you're bending down and showing your titties in front of the camera. You're out somewhere. I can keep going on and on and on with multiple photos on your page where you're not at home and you're.
What up, architect? We're gonna do a Kendra at some point. I mean, probably soon, pretty soon. So yeah, let me drop that Rumble link. We're definitely gonna do a Kendra. We kicking it. I'm not in a super rush to get off here, but we're gonna do a Kendra.
You're half naked with your boobs out. You have your. This is what a lot of y'all women do, where y'all like to grab the back of y'all ass and push it out to the side, make it look like your body. Okay, I gotta mute you because you know not stop talking. I'm very good at what I do. This little pose that you women do, where y'all grab the back of y'all asses to make your body look like it's more shaped than it actually is. Yeah, you doing this and you're out in public. You're in front of I don't know if this is a gym or a restaurant, but this is out in public, man. So you just lying. You just lying through your teeth. You making get past like the women and some of the simps that want to sleep with you, but with me, it's not gonna get past, man. You present yourself like this, and that's why you get treated the way you get treated.
And when talking about the white collar men, the men who have the most value in the dating market, these men are definitely looking past you thirst trapping women. Seriously. They can't claim you. They just can't. They're professional. They have people to answer to. Their life isn't loose. They're not living for just them. They're connected. They're in a network. They can't just date anyone. There are men out there like that. Black, legitimate men out there who can't just date anyone. So when you women who look decent or got good bodies, when y'all decide to leave Pookie and Ray Ray, gray alone and come over to the white collar men, y'all can't have all those tattoos and it can't be twerking and your body can't be visible everywhere where men can see it. Let's get back into the clip.
Men that you don't like, maybe just willing to sleep with you, or you maybe not attracted to him, but I don't know if you uphold the same standard of looks as you do the standard of what's internally in that man. And women like you, I don't think you deserve a good man. I think you deserve exactly what you've been getting. And it's not the man's fault, it's your fault. That don't mean that you got to be stuck in it. You can change, but it's only going to change if you want it to change. And if
Like, it's not nobody who just want to like lay up. We have intellectual conversations.
No. How do you know? Having an intellectual conversation doesn't mean that a man doesn't want to sleep with you. What do you?
They never tried.
Let me ask you this. Well, most men don't try because we don't control access to sex. You do. So most men are going to be on the waiting for you to figure it out because we don't control access.
She's like, they didn't try to do it. That doesn't mean that they don't want to do it. Men aren't just such horn dogs that the moment that we're around you, we try to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. Some guys haven't really learned the rules of engagement. Conversation 1 or meetup 1, they'll be trying to jump on you. Okay, I'm not talking about those guys. But generally speaking, men are like what Ant said. We understand that we don't really have control in that aspect. So we sort of just play our cards and just wait for you to get comfortable. We will have uninteresting conversation and meaningless conversation with you to gain access to your body. Know that.
Sex consent is important, and most men follow consent, so that wouldn't be anything. You think men, because they don't try, they don't want to? You know how many beautiful women are in my life right now that I may want to, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to try. So that doesn't make any sense. I can see beautiful women out in public every day. That don't mean because I see them and I'm physically attracted to them. That mean that because I didn't try to get at them, that mean that I wouldn't do it. That don't apply. But let me ask you this question, because this is basically gonna tell me everything I need to know. What do you think a man does to show that he's serious about you and wants to for you to be his woman? What do you think that looks like? And it's gonna tell me everything I need to know about your mentality.
Okay, I would start off by saying, like, they asked me about my goals.
Nope.
You know, basically, like,
We don't care about that.
what he believes in. They're pretty open about what they do in themselves. It's like I said, I've been single for 5 to 6 years.
By choice. I do it. Yeah, by choice. Like we was talking about this earlier, the whole single by choice. I mean, in a sense, it is by choice because I'm sure she could have a boyfriend. She seems like, I mean, she's probably attractive, nice body or whatever, so she could have a boyfriend, but probably not, the boyfriend she would actually truly be into. So she's just been a pop and drop for half a decade, basically. Um, yeah. I think I don't know. I think we're gonna go over the well, let's let this play a little more and then we're gonna go over the Rumble and do a Kendra.
We don't care about that.
What he believes in. They're pretty open about what they do in themselves. It's like I said, I've been single for 5 to 6 years by choice.
No, you're not single.
So like now that I'm back,
I'm so surprised I've been doing this for 6 years, and these women will not stop regurgitating useless shit. This shit is getting baffling. I'm not kidding. To hear woman after woman say, I'm single by choice, no matter how far it is from logic, it's becoming laughable. We know none of you women are single by choice. None of you. And if you truly wanted to be single, none of these conversations would matter to you.
since then. So like it's just they're very open and they ask questions like very like deep.
This is the thing. You're not single by choice. You're single by circumstance. You're not single by choice.
Why do you say by circumstance if I literally wasn't interested in being in a relationship for the last 6 years?
I'll prove it to you.
Even now,
I'll prove
I'm
it to
still
you.
not
Gotcha,
interested
gotcha,
in being in a relationship.
I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. 3 years ago, let's say you were at a bus stop, right? Let's just say you were at a bus stop and you only have two options. One of the options are you're going to get on this bus and this man is going to be the best man that you've ever seen in your life. He's the most attractive man. He treats you right. He's loving. He's caring. He does everything that you want. And you knew for a fact, not if he going to do it later. No, you knew for a fact that he would never cheat on you, lie to you, or abuse you, and he was going to be the best man that you've ever had, and y'all was going to grow old and die together. Would you get on that bus and go live that life, or would you get on the bus where you're just going to continue to be single and still trying to be out here figuring it out? Which one would you choose?
That is a really good question.
Yeah, which one would you choose?
Because it's kind of two answers. Because low key, I don't mind being single for the rest
I
of
didn't
my
ask you
life.
if you didn't.
But I know I'm a good woman, and if when it's
I have to mute you because you women do a lot of babbling and
At least he's not getting ridiculously angry like some shit we've been seeing recently. This was a month ago. But anyway, no, we don't believe you women when you say, "Oh, I'm actually cool with being single for the rest of my life." Let me make a little correction there. It's easy to say that when you're still getting a lot of sexual attention, like still putting on your little outfits and people still considering you a baddie. Once you get in your 40s, 50s, 60s, trust me, it's not going to be the same. You're going to not like the single life in those last 30, 40 years of life. Trust me. It's easy to say that because you think it's going to be like this. Well, they just don't think that much about the future, period.
a lot of just rambling. I didn't ask you any of that. None of those things matter to the question I just asked you. Respectfully, I don't care. I'm gonna ask you the question again. You on a bus. You have two options on the bus, Callie. And one of these buses is going to be the best man that you've ever seen in your life and the best man you're ever going to deal with in your life. Y'all going to grow old and die together. He's never going to cheat on you, lie to you, or abuse you. He's going to treat you right, be a good leader, be a man of God, and everything else you ever wanted. And you have another bus that's going to keep you in the same position that you're in now, which is still 30, trying to figure it out and basically questioning what your dating market issues are. Which bus would you get on?
okay, I'm hopping on a bus.
Look at me.
And every other woman is getting on the damn bus. Every other woman who wakes up every single day, if she has the opportunity to meet the ideal guy, she's going to get with him. That's why any woman who says, oh, I'm single by choice, I don't care about being single for the rest of my life. Like I said, black women are doubling down. They want you to believe that they're okay with losing, so that no matter what they say or no matter how bad their perspectives are, I was good anyway. I didn't care if any man wanted to pick me anyway. It's called a defeatist mentality. It's not healthy psychology. You suck. Let's get back into the clip.
And I came around to pick you. That's why you're single. So miss me with the single by choice, boy. Respectfully, you're single by circumstance.
Absolutely.
I think you're listening to me to not understand, because I literally said I was getting myself together physically and mentally, making sure I was in a career that I liked. So why would I be dating if I had all that going on?
Yeah, because
that means that
you don't listen. You don't listen very well.
But even now, I got all that
just
together.
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm
still
saying.
don't.
Right.
Okay.
So then that means you just destroyed your own talking point. Even now, I got all together and I still don't, which means that you didn't agree with me. You didn't even understand that. I heard exactly what you said, which is why I gave you that. Which is why I gave you that example. You said that you would take the bus with a man on it, which means that you're not single by choice. You're single by circumstance. Because if you were single by choice, you would take the bus that because I choose to not be with a man, even if he's a great man, I choose to be single. You're single because the man that you want don't want you. Or he just ain't came around.
Yeah, they're like, I'm okay with being single for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really tripping about losing. I don't know what all you men are talking about.
That's why you single, and that's okay. That's most people. You're not special. I ain't special. So you got to get out of that entitlement mentality that you got. You got to get out of that.
That's true. Okay, so and even if he came around today, I still want to take it slow and not fully
But
commit,
that's not
because
the
I
argument.
feel
Nobody
like
said anything about speed. What are you talking about? I didn't say nothing about how fast y'all gonna take it. No,
I want to talk about that for a second, though. Guys, be careful. That's why y'all got to be careful with women over 30. Be careful with women over 30 who are talking about, I want to take it slow. At that age, there are a lot of guys who she didn't take it slow with, who got to crash the first night, the first week. Don't be that dummy who's willing to sit around a confused chick for 3 months or whatever, spending money.
All right, let's go over to Rumble. Let me add it into the title, and I'll see y'all over on Rumble. Anybody feels so compelled, please donate. Cash App, PayPal in the description. Over on Rumble too, or dollar symbol on the right of the chat box over on Rumble. All right, I'll see y'all over on Rumble.